Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome THIMPHU City WFC and Transport United Ladies.
Ladies and gentlemen, THIMPHU and welcome to yet another match day out here in the BUB Women's National League 2026 Tier 1. And today we have an exciting bout between THIMPHU City Women's and Transport United Ladies. Both teams came out with strong standings out from Tier 3, but right now their start has been disastrous. THIMPHU City coming off with a loss against RTC 1-0. Their star forward N. Holali finding no advantage past the American defender Grace Simon for RTC up at RTC Artificial Turf. For Transport United, the same story against the Gambian field squad of Paro FC, lost 5-1. The only response coming from Isha Choren, but with a lot at stake right now for a solid possession early season. This is THIMPHU City in red, Transport United in yellow, as we have the national anthem before we begin the match. And with that again, ladies and gentlemen, THIMPHU and welcome. This is Unauthorized, your commentator, taking you through the day. But before we begin, here's a quick look at the starting 11s for both sides before we proceed. For THIMPHU City Women's, the home side, it is Leela Joshi, their goalkeeper, 21. Pemachoran sitting their captain with number 6. Pooja Rana 2. Somchoran 4. Pichayatida Manoang 8, Priya Gale 11, Jamang Choran 12, Sunita Rai 13, Somchoran 17, Mounting Lin 27 and Holali Ativo 28. The same lineup that went up against RTC, but this time looking for a completely different result against Transport United Ladies, who have Pima Yangzom on goal with 16, Pooja Rai their captain 2, Suhairani 6, Anita Casey 7, Isha Charan 11, Geeta Rana 12, Ganga Gale 14, Deepa Shahi 32, Pratiksha Chowdhury 34, Meena Dhuba 35, Rashmi Kumari Geshing 91. A completely regional team here from Transport United, who have opted for a mostly Nepali lineup, with the exception of Suhairani from Pakistan. On the other end, a bit more international for THIMPHU City Women's, with Holali, the forward we all know and love from Ghana, mounting Lin from Chinese Taipei. We have Pichaitida Manawang, Filipino, and we have Pooja Rana, alongside a couple more options, I believe. But it should be an intense bout going forward between the two. A bit more chance, a bit more freedom, especially for THIMPHU City, against whom Transport United in their history this year have found no proper advantage. Their matchup last time in TH3, that one game saw THIMPHU City come out with victory in a 3-1 outing. In that time as well, Transport United almost found no goal, almost a clean sheet for THIMPHU City, had it not been for an unfortunate clearance off of a corner that simply went in. That did deny the clean sheet, but otherwise did have goals from Pemacharan, did have goals coming in from Holali Ativo, did have goals come in from Zangmo off the bench. But today, looking for a completely different setup. A quick look at the table as well before we go forward. It is Par FC up on top, 4 goals the difference, 3 points to their name. RTC just behind, but only 1 goal to their name. So second place, 3 points as well. Galliford Girls Academy, U20 and Ugan Academy settle for a 2-2 draw, which is why they settle with 1 point each. And THIMPHU City Women's and Transport United Ladies at the bottom with no points, 5th and 6th, their rankings. But with that, Holali for THIMPHU City preparing for kickoff. Before we do let me know which team you think will come out with the victory. Do let me know what you think the end result will be. But before that, much thanks to our main sponsors, Bank of Bhutan, for helping us keep domestic action right here at home, alongside our beverage partners, Coca-Cola, internet partners, Bhutan Telecom, and our clothing partners, Hummel. And with that, we have the whistle to kick off action here at Chang Limethang. The first touches for Holali, the first touches for Pichaiti Lamanawang. But back out to Pemayazom. It is, again, an amazing goalkeeper. Has gotten the nod to the national squad quite a bit. Right behind Sangeeta Mongar, who is on the other end, on the bench this time around. She went down with an injury, but again, it is on a game-by-game evaluation. So her name is on the bench if there's ever a need to put her in front of Leela Joshi. But right now, the Nepali goalkeeper will be enjoying her start back-to-back for THIMPHU City. Quite an intimidating squad. Again, to fans who may not have been aware as to how THIMPHU City has changed their lineup, for Tier 3 it was only Holali Ativo up front, creating so much havoc. And her partnership with Jamangcharan in midfield, Pemacharan up front, and Sunita supporting down the flanks did cause a lot of troubles. But at the same time, their lineups a bit lopsided, talent lacking in that back line. Karma Zangmo, their midfielder, was posted sometimes as a centre back or a wing back to help out against oppositions whose offenses proved to be a bit threatening, especially against teams like Galliford City. RTC did see that happen. But right now, with the additions of Mantinglin, with the addition of Pichaiti Manawang to help out in their recovery phase of possession, does look like a completely balanced squad going forward. As we have a lady down early on for Transport United. Again, early on did look strong with Samiksha Gimire posted in that back line, but right now, Herchi went down with an injury as well. Not quite sure if she will return, but they have added an amazing presence in Geeta Rana. to help out Pujarai and Ganga Kale in that back line. Did see her shine in that last match despite having that loss against Paro. Most of it came from Paro simply taking advantage of the fact that Pema Yangzom, Transport's goalkeeper, was stepping all the way up front. Is a major tendency of her, was their undoing as well. And as such, if THIMPHU City has done their scouting report, that should be the outlet they will be looking for. Transport United hopefully have fixed that tendency of theirs. As Holali. And somehow an early opportunity here for THIMPHU City. As they've got 1 in 3 minutes in. What just happened? Again, Holali with advantage, had 2 defenders, 3 defenders in fact. But somehow ended up finding Pema Choren sitting. For an early goal. Amazing from Holali, who is back in form after that unfortunate matchup versus Grace Elizabeth Simons, the new centre-back for RTC. But right now against Transport United, does seem like she is getting her momentum, her redemption in. Also, I would like to clarify one thing. Did make a mistake earlier with regards to the nationality of number 8, Pichaya Tida Manawang. She is Thai, in fact, the first Thai player to join the league here in Bhutan, followed up closely by RTC's own Thai signing. The 2 of them at the same time, but it was Pichaya Tida who got the first call-up. So she will get the privilege of getting the title of the first Thai player to get the opportunity to play here in Bhutan. My bad for calling her Filipina, got her confused with RTC's Sayana Nialong. But with that out of the way, well, THIMPHU City up by 1, Transport United down at 0 even before we reach the 5-minute mark. Chance again! The same thing that happened with Paro, as THIMPHU City taking advantage of the lack of presence up in the air from Pema Yangzom. And Pichaya Tida Manawang will get her first of the match, but Holali Ativo down on the ground.
Scored by just number 8, Pichaya Tida Manawang.
Holali does seem like something is up with her eyes. But that will not take away the celebration. Just look at the technique on that shot coming in from Pichaya Tida. Superb quality, and again with Transport United giving that much space away for shot to manifest. They had it coming, didn't they? And the Grizzlies with an uncharacteristic deficit 6 minutes into the match. THIMPHU City find themselves with a possible heat check upcoming. Transport United through Suahirani, unable to find a connection down on the flanks towards Ishichorin did struggle in the starting campaign of Tier 1, but again recently has found amazing form. Even against Paro, she was their lone goal scorer, so that same pressure going forward today. A couple of names that Transport United could go towards on the bench as well. Anita did not start their first match of this season. It was Tashi instead who got the nod, but this time the Nepali will be trusted with their efforts up front, as Pemacharan able to come in with a brilliant escape. Got a defender down on the ground as well. But Ganga Gale, clean foot up. It will be THIMPHU City's possession. Manting Lin. Halali. Too quick for her own good, as Pichayatira able to find an escape towards Sunita. Tries to keep it in, but solid defending there. Will get Transport United possession back again. Amazing matchup on that left flank, as Ganga kept down the line. Good go for anybody. THIMPHU City unable to find an advantage still. Straight down the middle. Was a harsh game for Transport United's forwards last time. This time Deepa Shahi trusted with that pass towards Hishe, who has enough pace, enough physicality as well. But despite being sent down, seems like it is THIMPHU City's to take. Contact allowed. Leela Joshi's ball it is. With that attention coming in for THIMPHU City, while we have a soft restart in the meanwhile. A closer look at the contact. Did get the call at least before going down herself. Pooja Rana, playing against her former club right now. Last season was part of the Grizzlies, alongside Sunita, alongside Sangadema, who has since joined Paro FC and is shining there. Most of these players as well joined Transport United, fun fact, in their campaign over at Nepal during the winter. It was Pemacharan, it was Sunita, it was a couple of the names that found themselves allied with Transport United's campaign, but this time back in domestic action, they are back to being enemies, and THIMPHU City proper chances of contending for the title as they simply outplayed RTC in Tier 3. But right now, a disastrous start in the first half may expect no more mistakes out of these girls going forward. And the same happening right now versus Transport United. Holali creating trouble twice. It was the Thai footballer that gave them the second advantage. And right now, Meena Duba, otherwise fantastic alongside Deepa Shahi, just simply being locked down. Somcharan. The two Sonam Charans. A consistent name in the starting 11 for every game for THIMPHU City. So it does, at times does get confusing for the viewers. 17 and 4, both named Sonam Charan for THIMPHU City. As Holali on the other end does get a poke out, but no touch from the defender. No effort needed. It will be Pema Yangzums to play. Their captain, Pooja Rai. Last season was the two Poojas in that back line that held it down for the Grizzlies. Pooja Rai and Pooja Rana, who this time is on the other end. Leela. Pemacharan misses the Hera. Holali, no advantage. Pooja Rai trying to improvise, but Pemacharan, way too pacey defender, does have the advantage. Took a smart angle on that run, but Pemacharan Flicks it. Pass nonetheless. Couldn't find a target. Holali and Sunita a bit too far out from the edge of the 6-yard box. And Transport United now in possession. So far they have thrown away a lot of their chances by getting a bit too ambitious. And right now Munting Lin for the cleanup. Throw in for Transport United. 12 minutes in already. A ridiculous scoreline on the board. 2 for THIMPHU City. Came first from Pemachurin Sitting off of a Holali assist. And Pachayati Damanawang, the Thai footballer, the 19-year-old prodigy in fact in midfield for THIMPHU City, just lit it up with that second explosion as Transport United got a decent effort up front. Just unable to keep that header grounded or a bit shorter. It is Leela Joshi to play it out from her own 6-yard box. A bit of deliberation before that restart. And THIMPHU City's possession, it is. Send it straight down the middle, smash it towards Holali, collision, but Minariuba able to get the second ball. Suhairani, the Pakistani, finding Deepa Shahi up front, who has been an amazing signing this season for Transport United, has been working really hard to get her side as many chances as she can. Just unfortunate that they have not necessarily connected. But Rashmi Kumari Kishing, despite the vision, could not keep that ball down towards her runner, Leela Joshi Zires. Pooja Rai, Suhairani, Deepa Shahi, a lot of options up front, but THIMPHU City do look a bit more comfortable. Munting Lin earlier in midfield duty, but this time around in that back line without Karmazamu there, is doing a decent effort cleaning up a lot of opportunities for Transport United, along with the two Sonam Charans and Pooja Rana. Leela Joshi as well did struggle in the first couple of games without really getting much action out here on the ground, especially with the weather really taking the life out of the goalkeeper. In her first match, did concede a surprise goal, did not get action for 80 minutes, did not see the ball at all, and finally in one possession was caught off guard and smashed through, but since then has been consistent. In recent games, it was Sangeeta that got the start over the Nepali goalkeeper, but with Sangeeta looking for recovery, does seem like the Nepali goalkeeper will get a bit more chances to shine, and right now her defense not really letting many chances through as well. Sonam, a lot of space. Preya Kale tried to force that left foot in. Pooja Rai stepped on. It will be Transport United in possession. Leela Joshi, solid hands. But again, quarter of an hour past, Transport United looking pretty out of form. Did have an amazing start to Tier 3, but right now up in Tier 1 against competition that have fully bolstered themselves with proper lineups. Does seem like even the Nepali signings that they have called upon are finding it difficult. One of their true hopes, one of their true shining glimmers has been Geeta Rana in that back line, but Holali now in form. Clip Pratiksha Chaudhary, it will be Pimangzums to take. Suhairani just stumbled and now advantage from Pema to Holali, repaying the favor for the first goal as Holali Ativo and Pema Choran, a pair that shine from Tier 3, continuing on back up in Tier 1. The lethality of the duo continuing to write their legacy, and look at that, just one mistake all it took. Caught off guard and simply amazing with that pass. Just far enough to keep it away from the defender. Just close enough to keep it away from the goalkeeper. And Holali with enough pace as always will get THIMPHU City up to 3. Three goals right now for THIMPHU City, 20 minutes in. They have yet another chance. We have seen amazing explosions. Holali with a memorable and a historic triple hat-trick. It was versus Ugan Academy down in Tier 3, and right now pretty much on pace for that as the Thai gets yet another shot. But this time the 19-year-old a bit short on her delivery. Pema aware enough as well as she plays up front. Deepa Shahi the target, but went a bit back. Jamyang. Pooja Rana. Stolen over. Rashmi Kumari with enough sense to send it over to the flanks, but unable to keep it down, unable to keep it in. It is THIMPHU City in possession again. 21 minutes so far. Complete domination from the side of THIMPHU City, and that does seem to have given a huge blow over to the morale of the Grizzlies, who were expecting a much tighter fight given their history of 3-1. But right now, 3 already on the board. That one nowhere close. Pooja Rai plays it short. Left foot sends it up from Geeta Rana, but it is straight towards Leela Joshi, and no advantage for Transport United again as that ball gets itself safely in the hands of THIMPHU City's goalkeeper. In times like this, it is a smart choice to play it calm, to keep possession amongst yourself, not force anything reckless, because time and time again adrenaline often ends up working against you. Pressure makes it really hard for you to come out of situations like this. Seems like Olali down on the ground on the other end, but THIMPHU City in possession. The referee turning away. Action on the other half will not get his attention. Over to the down lady for THIMPHU City, but now Pemachuran sitting. Does play it out, and with that we finally have evaluations over to the down Ghanaian for THIMPHU City. Oh, it seems like the situation is serious. The stretcher has been called upon for Hulali. Hopefully it is only a short bit of concern that is keeping her down on the ground. Does seem like she is unable to help herself over to the stretcher. She was lifted up completely. Tensions up for THIMPHU City. But right now, only one of the goals came in from Hulali. So, at least the production has not been impacted. Their defense, their midfield, and their wings as solid as ever. Pemachuran ever so capable of taking that striker role for herself as well. So, not really much of a concern, but again, immediate proof they do get advantage up front. Somchorin stepping up for the throw-in. Up short is Pijayatida. And Priya Khaled will go towards the Thai footballer. Amazing cross over Pemayazom, but with Sunita posted right up in front of the goalkeeper. No advantage on the other flank for THIMPHU City, as the Grizzlies will get an unexpected chance, unexpected moment of blessing. THIMPHU City right now down to only 10. Holali up on her feet. Does seem like she will be good enough to come right back into the game. So good news for THIMPHU City fans, as Transport United have their window of opportunity closing down every second before Holali comes back in. And right now Transport United in possession. Holali still waiting on the sidelines. Maybe a chance. Geeta Rana able to juke out Pemachuran. Anita Casey has Sua Hirani. Meena Tuba massaging her right thigh. Does seem like she was out of the play momentarily, but with play developing far out and Holali back in, Transport United no longer any advantage. A bit short on that pass as well. Anita fighting hard enough. Manting Lin sending it the other way. And Pemachuran in the final effort keeps it all the way back. And now Dua's task up front. Holali making a solid run. Pemayazom may be able to get there. Barely. But Holali's shot was off target. Anyways, missed the goalkeeper who was closing in. It will go out through their defenders. Anita Casey. Skillful dribble. Did send it the right direction, but put just a bit too much power there. Otherwise, had a lot of space where she sent that ball first touch, and the defenders had been going the other way. But it is now back out to Leela Joshi. And now in midfield, Holali posted up, ball goes back, sent out towards Suhairani. Pooja Rai, their captain. Again, so far, have to admit, Transport United playing much better than they did in the first 15 minutes of the game. The first 20 minutes, in fact, where they conceded all 3 of the goals from THIMPHU City. But right now, except for a couple of bursts here and there from Olali Ativo, Transport United able to keep a solid and steady possession all the way up in front, and THIMPHU City's half. Not much really has changed in terms of what they are doing with their execution, just the fact that they are playing with a bit more confidence than usual, than what they started with at least. And that is helping them out tremendously, THIMPHU City. Runners up front, Pichayatida. Anita Casey helping out back. Meena Duba places herself as an outlet on the flank. Baited. The challenge in from THIMPHU City. Suhairani letting it back for Pooja Rai to take the throw in. THIMPHU City. Pooja Rana way too strong. Able to keep it on line as well as Mansing Lin sends it in midfield. Hectic possessions between the two. Rashmi continuing to lose her balance again and again, doing all she can. Does seem like she needs a bit more time to get herself properly in this game. Otherwise, an amazing quality of football in her, but Mansing Lin, obvious shove right in front of the referee, will get possession going for Transport United in quite a dangerous zone of the field. Deepa Shahi responsible for orchestrating this set-piece opportunity. It is lofted right into the middle of the chaos. Ahera sends it back and a clearance sends it all the way up. And now Holali one-on-one. Defender coming in. 2-on-1 now. Holali forced out wide. But look at that abuse of pace. Shot came inaccurate. But Pema Youngsom again. It is these sorts of situations where her shot-stopping ability is immaculate. But just look at the separation Holali gained off of one single touch. We've all seen the Gareth Bale highlight of his pace-abusing skill set. And right now Holali doing the same out here in the BOB Bhutan Women's National League T1. Just made her match against RTC that much more impressive, because looking at what she's doing to other defenders, it is simply amazing what RTC has managed to sign in that centre-back role in Grace Elizabeth Simon. Transport United. Kanga shifted over to the side. Pooja Rai on the flank as well. They have number 12, Kitarana, playing exceptionally well with her campaign with the Grizzlies. But again, despite her nimbleness, a beast like Holali Ativo, just a different battle. Deepa Shahi. Hectic in midfield. THIMPHU City unable to retain it. Suahirani now finds herself blessed with the chance to set it up on that right flank. Can they change the story somehow? 33 minutes in, THIMPHU City up by 3. Can Transport find a response? They do get a Hail Mary in, which Munting Lin sends out, but Anita Casey getting herself involved. Pooja Rai up front. Munting Lin's header. City's clearances this time, no mistakes. Again, in their earlier matchup, to those of you who missed the intro, back then in Tier 3 when these two teams first met this year, it was 3-1 in favor of THIMPHU City. The one that came for Transport United was also a failed clearance off of a corner that went in their own net for THIMPHU City. So right now Transport United does not have a single player who has seen their shots go in versus THIMPHU City. But still, only their second match may change the outcome progressing on. But right now, not much hope as Transport United force it down the flank. But Sonam Choran able to recover just in the nick of time. Again, while we're talking about Holali, do let me know which returning signings you find simply amazing. We had RTC's goalkeeper, we have Pujarana right now alongside a couple other names. Do let me know which player you feel will be really interesting to watch going forward. For new faces, obviously RTC's centre-back who showed an amazing performance versus Holali, Grace Elizabeth Simon her name, was simply amazing. Hopefully she is able to keep that form in the upcoming matches, as RTC do look like they have a solid roster piled up. As a late challenge on Meena Tuba will again get Transport United in a position where they could really cause some worry. Geeta Rana again for Transport United, despite their record right now, has simply been amazing. At this time, almost had a dangerous one up, but again, just a bit late to the preparation. That header only flicked it back towards the scoreboard. It is THIMPHU City who will get to restart without much of a concern. Less than 10 minutes remain, 36 minutes on the clock. A comfortable cushion right now for the citizens, as the Grizzlies still unable to find an answer up front past Leela Joshi. But again, they have improved their play style compared to the first 20 minutes of the match. It is a much more level playing field between the two. No goal scored right now in the last 15 minutes of play from THIMPHU City Women's, as the Thai midfielder able to lob one in over to the wing, but amazing recovery from Transport United gets it up to their own teammates. Solid defending from Transport United again. Does seem like it was only a matter of getting used to their pace in the first 20 minutes, as right now they are doing decent enough in the middle of the first half and its closing stages. At the same time, not many chances opening up for Holali, who isn't really getting the service she wants since that last goal of hers. But right now, Pemachoren. No mistakes from Pemayazon this time. Up in the air again, able to flick it back. It will be a throw-in for THIMPHU City. Also, it does seem like the whistle for a foul much early on. Spinner teed up. Transport United trying to keep it away from a corner, but that effort came in too late. Pichaitira Manawang followed up Pemachoren's third-minute goal with a goal of her own 2 minutes later, 5 minutes in. Will get the chance to close out the last 5 minutes again. Potential assist at the horizon. A lot of capable targets up in the air. It is sent right in the middle. Deflected off the back shot. Missed everybody. Pichaitira, the attempt to try again. Header comes in. But it is from Transport United, who barely keep themselves afloat. 3-goal difference. A much more reasonable one to deal with than 4-0. Pemazo kept it grounded, but able to find Deepa Shahi with it. A bit more even in terms of numbers this time around if they want to progress it, but they have been facing difficulty getting past Manting Lin. This time they do. Good look, promising, but rushed that pass. Aimed for a much farther distance than reasonable, and now Suhai Hirani getting a shot up high. And Leela took a bit of risk with that save, but did her job nonetheless. 41 minutes on the clock, 4 minutes remain. As the goalkeeper shaving off a couple of precious seconds before resuming possession for THIMPHU City. Substitution for THIMPHU City Women's. Reta Rai has been brought in.
THIMPHU City Women's FC, just number 11, Priya Gali is replaced by just number 15, Rita Rai.
Three minutes remain. Back out to Manting Lin. Rashmi putting a bit of pressure up front, but unable to do so. A clean outlet it is. Rashmi plays a beautiful ball down the wing. It is right in stride, but cross came in early. They do at least get a corner out of that situation. Not the best they could have hoped for, but it definitely ain't the worst, as they could potentially find a surprise inside that box. Geeta Rana stepping up may potentially be the target. They do have Rashmi as well. Anita Meena and Deepa Shahi will possibly be looking for shots or volleys. Manting Lin covering the biggest threat. Geeta Rana being checked. Leela Joshi able to flick it off. Walali doing the same. Shot comes in. Blocked off. Too many bodies in the way. Got too ambitious. But they do get a chance to try again. Rashmi posted far post. Manting Lin able to send it up high. And Walali too strong. Too quick as well, as she keeps it down the line. Plenty of flair there from the Ghanaian, as well as with a bit of trickery. Halalia Tivo. Last minute of play. Pemachoren may find advantage, but that challenge coming in clean again. Geeta Rana, one of the few hopes Transport United have had in their start to Tier 1 of women's football here in Bhutan. Just amazing, the number 12 in that backline for Transport United, but this time an arduous task up in front of her again. But will not be needed. Pema Youngsom able to clean up that cross and get an outlet towards Suha Irani. Deepa Shahi. Seconds away from the signal for additional time. 4 more minutes of additional time have been awarded to this match. Should be a lot for Transport United to work with, as Anita got tangled up with Pichaya teed up, but at the end of that possession it will be Transport United for a throw-in. Pujarai left foot, tried to keep it towards the flank, towards Ishichoren, but not quite successful. It will be THIMPHU Cities to play with. Well, a bit of confusion as the throw-in has been awarded to Transport United, who will willingly take that. Gladly take that, Suha Irani. Pratiksha able to find Ganga, forcing it in midfield for Rashmi Kumari. Steady possession inside the box. Deepa Shahi, right foot comes in. Amazing sense, amazing decision making as well. Had Suha, but that lane covered by the defender sent it straight towards the goalkeeper. Will give a gracious opportunity to Transport United, who will play it short. Chance out, Pratiksha Chowdhury. But again, the 19-year-old prodigy not letting Transport United have their way in midfield. Her defenders ever so grateful to have her work great up in front of them. As Transport United on the back foot again early on in their campaign did have Samiksha Gimere bolstering that backline position of theirs, but not quite sure about the details, but heard she was dealing with a minor injury. So should be a while before we see her back in action. Oh, that is up to Transport United themselves, but right now Halali Kita Rana covering Holali. Enough pressure there to force a pass back out. Pichai Tira. Quick thinking send it towards Sunita, but now advantage lost against the triple team. Pichai Tira able to catch that reflection and send it straight down the middle. Pemayazom. A minute left on the clock. Able to force a deflection in off of Munting Lin. Deepa Shahi quickly taking advantage before THIMPHU City gets a chance to regroup. It may have to be a bit more quicker than that. They do not necessarily have the numbers to put up a decent chance up front, as again the two defenders coming in, including Pema Charan, who took that ball straight to her body. Taking her time, getting back up on her feet. But right now, Transport United this time do have a bit of help. Tactically, THIMPHU City do look unbreakable, as Transport's advantage have been denied again by an amazing execution by that back line, who are simply netting them in. Transport United may be the Grizzlies, but THIMPHU City have set up an amazing trap for every bit of possession from the Grizzlies. Hopefully, Transport United are able to react to that going into the second half, because right now, shaky to the first 20 minutes. Since then, Transport United have played well, and still, if they can go one level beyond, that should make for an interesting matchup in the second half. But until we reach that, this was your commentator, Ugandesh Doji. See you guys in the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo, and welcome to the second half of the showdown between Transport United Ladies and THIMPHU City Women's. Right now, THIMPHU City are up by 3 courtesy of valiant efforts in the first 20 minutes of the game. First goal came in 3 minutes from Pemacharan off of a setup from Holali, who had the third goal. The second goal was from a long-range effort from the Thai midfielder Pichayatira Manawang, who had hers just 2 minutes after Pemacharan scored in the third minute. So 20 minutes, 3 goals for THIMPHU City. But since then, Transport United have come alive. THIMPHU City denied so many chances at a sheer amazing defensive efforts as a team from Transport United. But that is where we stand right now. THIMPHU City looking to continue on with the momentum they found early on in the first half, and Transport United looking to evolve one step further and break THIMPHU City down step by step, because right now 3 steps are what they need to get a positive result out of this match. Both teams have come into this game losing their first games. For THIMPHU City, it was a loss against RTC, where centre-back Grace Elizabeth Simon did an amazing job locking down Holali. Also not helped by the fact that their goalkeeper Jackie is back. The Mexican-American goalkeeper, whom we also have a stint with RTC last season. Does seem like she will be back for Tier 1. And who knows, maybe even longer. But right now, both teams again losing records. Transport United, it was against Para FC that saw them shatter the Grizzlies' hopes with a 5-1 result. Yisha Chorin, the lone goal scorer in this match, right now has not been able to find any advantage. Neither have the Nepali signings. Rashmi Kumari not quite been set up as she has wanted. Deepa Shahi and Anita Casey alongside Suha Hirani, the most impactful players right now, especially in their offensive efforts. In that backline, Geeta Rana has been doing amazing. As right now, Transport United feeling the pressure again. Holali a bit more deeper, but we know what she can do with space and an open lane. Transport United keeping them well away from that as Sonam Charan steps right in to send it towards Holali Ativo. 2-on-1 situation over on the flank, but Geeta did well staying up in front of Pemacharan and Jayatira. It is Transport United. So far, Mansing Lin, their biggest obstacle in that back line. Somcharan on the flank 17 has been lethal as well. The other Somcharan, amazing partnership with the other Somcharan, doing well, stepping up when the other Somcharan commits back. But right now, that has been the case so far. If Transport United have been smart enough to notice the pattern, they should find an easy way out. But right now, Holali way deep in, but her pace will not let that advantage dissipate anytime soon. Said it in. Pichayatira thought it was going to Pemacharan, who does amazing following it up. But a clearance sets it back for Transport United. THIMPHU City forced out from a much deeper region of the field to work with. They do have help in midfield. Back out Ganga, up long. Rashmi Kumari able to keep a body in the way, and now an open lane down on the left. Deepa Shahi, this match's hardest worker for the Grizzlies. Now looking to single-handedly carve open space. Does find a way towards Ishicharan. Tries to dribble past 3, but late on that redemption towards Pooja Rana. It will be a call for THIMPHU City. Manting Lin able to delay that attack just a tiny bit. Rashmi sent it But again, THIMPHU's defense just simply suffocating the Grizzlies right now. As Mina Duba. Still Man Sing Lin making an amazing play on the ball. Ganga trying again inside. Reta Rai, who was brought in earlier as a sub for Priya Kale. But look at that pace again. Holali just simply devouring space up in front. One-on-one versus Pema. Does well. And does well indeed. Off the side post, it came back out. Amazing shot stopping ability from Pema. Time and time again, she has been beat up with lobs and chips, but straight one-on-one situations, she is just amazing, and that quality on full display again. As THIMPHU City denied their fourth of the match, but again, just the fact that they had that chance should be something at least for them to take pride on, because right now that quality is sure to come again. Reta Rai tried to send it towards Holali, but that pass nowhere near the Ghanaian. It will be the Grizzlies to take. Pratiksha Chowdhury back out to Pema, who does well keeping it towards Deepa Shahi, who does well getting the rebound off of Pooja Rana. And now Ishi Charan, that ball may just be online. But Pooja Rana closing in hot, she may want to find an advantage soon. Had Deepa Shahi, who will get the advantage, throw in, played quick. Ganga looked to set it up inside the box so many times. That success still the missing holy grail for the defender, as it is down on the flank. Deepa Shahi flag staying down. Cross comes in. Maybe just what they want, but what happened? Rashmi Kumari with the chance of a lifetime and came in short, as we have substitutions coming in. Teshi Wangmo and Keldon Wangmo coming in. Suha Hirani is being taken out. And with that, Transport United, two new fresh pair of legs to work with.
Transport United ladies, just number 6, Suha Hirani is replaced by just number 17, Tashi Wangmo. And just number 11, Ishi Choden is replaced by just number 21, Keldon Wangmo.
Transport United. Again, decent run up front from Rashmi Kumari, who looked like she had a bit more hunger this time around. But again, no advantage still. But in the meanwhile, a closer look at that. Just muscled her way past. But Leela quick enough. That ball again a bit too closer to the goalkeeper for the striker's liking. Still an advantage that they may want. Coming again and again, because right now they are looking the sharpest that they have looked for the entirety of the 53 minutes that has passed this match. Jai Tira, amazing quality in her touches right now, as Reta Rai keeping it towards Holali, a bit off to the flanks, and it will be a bit awkward scenario for even the Ghanaian to deal with. Back out to Munting Lane again. Not quite enough of a threat from Transport United to place that final bit of pressure on THIMPHU. Anita. Quick feed there from Reta Rai, putting pressure on Anita, and out of which Deepa Shahi able to take advantage. Chaudhary. Kelanongo. So far, 10 minutes of silence in the second half, except for those two close calls from Rashmi Kumari and Holali. That one chance on the other end that almost went in, except for an amazing save from Pema that barely sent it off the side post. Tashi. Again, this time looking promising. Last game, she was completely missing despite getting the shot over Anita. As Meena Duba making an amazing run, but Leela Joshi able to meet that ball just in the nick of time before that ball could ever mature into something dangerous. Amazing run. Munting Lin expected Leela Joshi to come out much more quicker than that. But again, without a goal conceded, it is still a good result for THIMPHU City as it stands right now, 56 minutes in. Munting Lin tried to block Rashmi Kumari, and it ends up back with Leela Joshi again. Transport United making a lot of dangerous looks up front, but despite the tension coming in along with those crosses, may want to just keep it a bit further away from the goalkeeper, because right now Rashmi Kumari has got fire. So many battles won against Munting Lin may be intentional, but again, that much back-to-back success should be met by a proper pass sometime soon if Transport United want to come back in this match again, because right now, no answer. It is still THIMPHU City up by 3 against Transport United. Only 2 changes. Tashi in midfield should be an advantage for them with her height, if they can ever get a corner. But right now, they do have Rashmi as well, who Tashi may want to look forward to facilitating for. And Keldon, amazing vision there, but Rashmi not expecting that pass, wanted a short one. And miscommunication again, undoing all of Transport United's hard work. Geeta Rana, solid clearance all the way up. Meena. Arm extended from Munting Lin. Did send Meena Duba down, but it ends without a call. Back out to Pimayazam. Holali making a play on the ball. Almost a risky possession there from the goalkeeper of Transport United. But without much fruition coming in from that hustle from Lali Ativo. It is Pemacharan looking to facilitate up front for Pichayatida. No success. Missed the ball on the turnaround. Pimayangzom playing it all the way up beyond the center circle. Decent chance. Leela Joshi got her hand in, but Kellen unable to finish the jump. It will be a goal kick for THIMPHU City, but again, look at the chance that was created by Deepa Shahi. Just sent it past the final defender in Pooja Rana. And Leela did get a hand to it, made it awkward for Kellen, but you have to have your awareness up in these sorts of situations. You have to be ready for anything. 1 hour on the clock. Transport United. Still no hope of a comeback right now. Geeta Rana up in the air, keeping it away from Holali. The second ball, the third ball in fact, looking to be cleaned up by Transport United, which they do. Back out to Pema Yangzom. Deepa Shahi does well up front. Rashmi Kumari. Somcharan late. Chance may be there, but Leela Joshi just in form. Shot comes in again, but this time an easier save for the goalkeeper of THIMPHU City. Again, a closer look at Sonam Choren, who barely grazed that ball off. Came up as a shot for Meena, who did well adjusting, but again with the goalkeeper right there, couldn't really find an angle to prop that ball past her. THIMPHU City losing their momentum steadily, because right now Transport United have made so many plays towards Leela Joshi. Sunita, Holali and Pema may want to look to get something going up front to neutralize that stress, that tension that is simply escalating one step at a time up front. This time, Leela Joshi again successful intercepting that ball before Meena could get a shot off of it. And Holali very strong there from the Ghanaians. Sent both the goalkeeper and the defender down on the ground. As Pemachurin, Mansing Lin keeping it towards Meena Tuba. Coming in is Reta Rai right on her heels. And that challenge risky. The referee this time does decide to get a whistle out. Transport United. The last 10 minutes of possession have been brilliant from the Grizzlies. So many chances they've created out of these situations. The only question is, can they at least convert one of them? Just seeing one go in will be a huge boost to their momentum, to their morale. But right now, it is what it is. THIMPHU City still up by 3. A very comfortable spot to be in, as Sunita gets off an interception before Kanga. The two former teammates this time matched up against each other. Sunita, an easy cruise down in midfield. Continuing on with play, finds herself in the middle of a lot of space, but forced that pass up front. Recovery is there, but the outlet is not. Transport's throw-in it is. Still nothing coming at the end of Transport United's build-ups. But they still have possession, which is a good sign. But forced all the way back. Gitarana looked like the first one coming up. Chayatida making a play on the ball, but outnumbered all alone. 3 marks she had to take on. It will be quite a hopeless situation for the Thai. Tashi. Way too late. And now Holali has Pema, but Holali has Pema as on beat. Could have passed it out to Pema seconds earlier, but decided to take it herself, and it is recovered by an amazing play to get that ball out by Geeta Rana. Number 12 for Transport United, Geeta Rana, still continuing on to be their sole hope. At least so far in the first 2 games up in Tier 1, but eventually may need some help taking some of that load off of her shoulders as THIMPHU City puts up a dangerous ball. Pema barely able to get a hand on it, but Pema Charan making a desperate run up front. Transport United will say no. They get a pass out. Deepa Shahi. And now up front. Steady runs. Meena Duba. Still Meena Duba, but help is ever so slow from Transport United. Where are her teammates? Meena Duba simply appalled at where the rest of her team was posted up. Turned around and saw nobody. But well, for that play, THIMPHU City will be ever so grateful for the chance coming their way. So far, Transport United had done amazing, but does seem like their energy levels are way down. Their conditioning being tested proper, having to recover on defense against a stacked THIMPHU City roster, and having to carry that offensive load themselves does seem to be wearing them down consistently. As Pichayatira loses that 50-50 over to Geeta Rana. And now Meena Duba again on the right. Hopefully this time she has a bit more help coming in from her teammates. Again, right now, I am not trying to support a team, but THIMPHU City are looking comfortable. Transport United are the underdogs, and the context does seem to support them a bit more, don't they? So my bad if I do sound a bit biased, but just hoping that at least we have a response from Transport United. They are not really playing the best of football that we know that they are capable of. And that is definitely showing today. As THIMPHU City still putting on a defensive clinic. The 2 Sonam Chorins, Pooja Rana and Manting Lin, impeccable in their discipline. Keldon. Transport United coming in strong, but Sonam again. Both Sonam Chorins just simply irreplaceable in that backline for THIMPHU City. They have shut off so many runs. And that right flank for THIMPHU City has been safe and secure for the entirety of the match. Most of the chances right now coming in centrally and down on the right, where Meena Duba is making so many clinical runs. Pooja Rana, amazing defender, but only so much she can do. Manting Lin doing all she can. Chaotic in midfield. Pachayatida ambitious, trying to send it over to Holani with the outside of her foot. Unable to do so, Transport United. Keldon! Amazing pass that came in. Pachayatida looked marvelous, but the spin just kept it rolling towards Pemayangsom. Transport United, the opportunity to try again. But THIMPHU City, in the second half, except for the first 5 minutes, they have not been able to mount a proper attack up front, except for the first couple of minutes where we saw a decent run-in from Holali. There was one exceptional case where we saw that run from Holali, which had Pemayangsom beat, but just couldn't find the finish past Geeta Rana. And that is where we are. Transport United still nil. THIMPHU City still 3 as Rashmi Kumari kissing. Meena Duba. Straight towards Mounting Lin. And with that, Transport United will get the grace of a set-piece opportunity. Transport have found one amazing setup from Deepa Shahi. Served it past every defender in that box. As we finally have a response from Transport United.
Goal for Transport United ladies, scored by just number 12.
Geeta Rana again, so far in this match, impactful on the back end. And right now up in the front end when it mattered the most, she has become their light bearer. 73 minutes in, Geeta Rana with her first. And Transport United now a bit more live. THIMPHU City feeling the urgency again. Although it does start step 1 for Transport United in their 3-part comeback against THIMPHU City. At the same time, it does mean that the citizens who have been resting for the entirety of the half will finally get to show the entirety of their energy they've conserved so far. Will it matter? Rashmi Kumari gets a shot up! And despite the ambition, it will go out wide. Was looking dangerous. THIMPHU City. Somcharan straight down the middle. Pratiksha Chowdhury. A clean pass out to Meena. Still Meena Tuba had Sunita on skates there, but Mansing Lin tall enough to stay that far away from the ball and still able to find a foot in. Pichaya Tida looking for the setup early as before as the teenager gets an amazing shot in. Just unfortunate that it was off target. Again, a closer look at that narrow angle. Decided to test her luck anyways. Pemachurin. Back out to Geetarana. Mansing Lin tried to flick it back, but Deepa Shahi and Meena Tuba, that partnership has been missing for a while, but Pemachurin able to at least force a bit of a delay. Ganga looking to set it up, but again got that ball a bit too far off to the left. It will go towards Leela Joshi without finding any advantage for her teammates. Potential chance again. Transport United do get a shot up. Keldon left foot denied. Anita follow! And somehow the margin is down to 1. Keldon's shot denied by Leela, but Anita took no time thinking about it. Followed it up immediately with a shot. Again, had Sonam Choran posted up in that net, but did not matter. And somehow this match has just gotten way more exciting than it has been. We have a sub at hand as well as the teenage maestro in midfield. Number 8, Pichai Tira Manawang. The second goal scorer for THIMPHU City is being subbed out for Pema Yangzom.
Substitution for THIMPHU City Women's FC, just number 8, Pichaya Tida is replaced by just number 18, Pema Yangzom.
Started off strong. THIMPHU City's goals came all in the first 20 minutes of play, and right now Transport United has made that lead disappear in an instant. Only one goal separating the two right now, as Transport United putting up an amazing fight. 5 minutes separating the two goals. Geeta Rana had the first, 73, and Anita Casey had the second in the 77th minute. And right now 79 minutes and counting. Leela Joshi plays it up towards a rejuvenated midfield for Transport United, who are able to find Rashmi Kumari Gishing. But that left foot sent it straight towards Mansing Lin, who did well defending. And now a shot coming in from afar. Off target, but have to respect the ambition there for Pratiksha Chowdhury. The Grizzlies now seeing a lot more hope than what was available early on. Although the pressure is as intense up front for Transport United's forwards, the same applies to Geeta Rana in that back line, who will have to try her best against Holali Ativo. A header, back out. Mansing Lin and Pemachurin. Transport United do keep it grounded, but Pemachurin able to send it far out towards Pema Yangzom, who is stepping up. Sunita has shifted over to the right flank, and without Percaya Tira, it may be that much more difficult to find an option up, to find a pass up front to Holali. Does have Pemachuran and Holali an assist and a goal towards each other. So that partnership should matter a lot, but Pemachuran still stuck in that defending role. THIMPHU City getting reckless, that challenge. Way too late, way too risky, and now Transport United met with a challenge from Pemachuran, who is down, but she did initiate the contact, so Transport United will play on. And with that throw in for Transport United. Leela Joshi shaving a couple of seconds off. Every second going forward, every bit of time they can take off will be crucial, because right now the confidence that they will get one more goal in is not that high. The same can't be said for Transport United, who is doing an amazing job. Deepa Shahi got a bit too ambitious with that, tried to force a bit of pressure, a bit of nervousness from the side of Leela Joshi, but unable to do so. Pooja Rai doing well against her former teammate. Sunita back out to Reta Rai. And now Reta Rai not quite sure what she was thinking, but it will go out to Pema Yanzom. But, well, apologies, does seem like there was a deflection in the way when she sent that ball out. It will be a corner for THIMPHU City. Eight minutes left in what has been an exciting development very, very recently here in this match. Just in the last 10 minutes, Transport United have found two amazing goals courtesy of the Nepali girls in Anita Casey and Geeta Rana. But again, much of the pressure right now will be on Geeta Rana, who will be expected to lock down that back line. It is Geeta again who comes out, but Holali quicker gets to that ball first for yet another chance. Left foot curls it in, but not enough pressure, not enough force on that ball. It will go out to Pema. Sunita, shot coming from afar, but this time with Pema where she's supposed to be. Has an easy save. Coming in, immediate outlet. Amazing from Meena, able to find Deepa Shahi. May want to get that shot off quick. Hesitation. The undoing of that chance. An amazing setup. Meena not quite sure if that was intentional, trying to set up Deepa Shahi. It was a blind launch all the way up front. Somehow Deepa Shahi still found advantage, but that left foot just lacking the power to put any sort of meaningful intent behind that ball. Leela Joshi unable to find any target from the same team. It is Transport United's throw in. Geeta Rana up short. Holali taking that assignment. Does have Meena Tuba, who is shielding away Reta Rai. And out of that effort, throw in for Transport United again, this time inside THIMPHU City's half. Tashi came in a bit awkward. Reta again did not have to face that pressure, did not have to send the ball that way, but did so nonetheless. It will be the Grizzlies who will cherish this opportunity. Kellen Wangmo drifted too far out. THIMPHU City ever so grateful. One more chance to force possession back their way. Hera sets it up middle. Pooja Rana playing it up. But this time THIMPHU City a lot more numbers committed to the defensive end. Does give the Grizzly defenders a lot more chances. As Geeta Rana plays it straight in. Pemachuran keeps it towards Holali Ativo. who takes a touch away afar, and a pass up front to Sunita. Does have the pace but not the movement to use it. THIMPHU City, can they get a bit more comfort in the scoreline yet again? They do have the quality to put up goals against anybody. Just unfortunate in that match against RTC where they could not find a single one. Did end their immaculate 9-game winning streak down in Tier 3 of BOB Bhutan Women's National League. It's the first time in months. Was the first time in months where they went without scoring. Without winning, in fact. Lali. Quite a flashy touch there from the Ghanaian. Rashmi. Mansing Lin taking it away from Leela Joshi. Pemayangzom. Transport United unable to keep it anywhere near a teammate. It is not the same squad this time around. Pucharana is on the other squad this season. But Ganga does well recovering. Geeta Rana a bit more freedom up front. That pass way too nonchalant. Pooja Rai has Sunita covered up. Help defense came in clutch from Geeta Rana. Ganga late again to the pass. Pemacharan taking full advantage. Challenge comes in. Clean again. Well, thought it was clean, but a yellow card will come out for Pratiksha Chaudhary. And with that, THIMPHU City Pemayazo has been shaky covering shots if they come in anywhere near the crossbar. Despite her height, her vertical ability does seem like it is facing a bit of issues in recent games. So a lot of demand on that shot from Pemacharan. Had the arc to bother the goalkeeper, but that serve came in too harsh. And again, was going to a spot where Pema would not have had any chance. And with that, Geetarana playing in midfield. Reta Rai keeping it under control. But again, her pass is not really her forte today. And again, look at the adjustment from Rashmi Kumari Gishing. Her efforts up front not working has resolved to a more deeper role, sending Deepa Shahi and Meena up front. On paper does feel smart, but will it be able to be executed the last minute of play? Meena Tuba late to that boot towards Pooja Rana, but Transport United seems like they have the advantage going forward. Transport United, Tashi plays it all the way to the edge of the box. Pooja Rai able to keep it under control, but Sunita able to do the same for the other end, but too hectic on the triple team that came in towards the winger. Pratiksha Chaudhary. Mansing Lin. Holali. 4 more minutes awarded. A stoppage time for the match.
There will be minimum of of 4 minutes of additional time.
Risky there, reckless as well. Pemachuran not liking that at all. And Transport United will get the gracious chance to get another one in. Deepa Shahi loading up for the free kick. A lot of tension up in the air. THIMPHU City unable to find a goal up front as their forwards do seem to have cooled down by quite a lot. Transport United, can they get one? Amazing quality on the shot. Just unfortunate that it came in way too short. Had the power. Just off to the left. Look at that shot again. Did look dangerous. Leela was making a play for that ball, but never needed intervention anyways, as it will go out again for a THIMPHU City throw-in. Somchoran may be late. Transport United may get a chance, but Somchoran able to flick it up high to get it away from danger. Deepa Shahi looking to try again. Gets that pass just in the way of a teammate inside. Shot from Keldon never comes in, but the flag up on the other end. Possession will be denied for Transport United. And with that, lady down for THIMPHU City, as we have a minor concern down on the field for THIMPHU City. So much tension to close this match off. The last minute it is, but with this injury, may get a couple more time, couple bit more seconds from the referee. We are at her mercy. So far, it has been a thriller here in the last half an hour of gameplay. Transport United bringing so much to the table, but will their heroics be simply effort way too late? Or will it be just in the nick of time to earn their first points and to force two away? We have a situation all the way. THIMPHU City's bench, yellow card just went in. Seems like he wasn't expecting it. A minute past the allowed stoppage time, but again may get a minute more to work with. But both teams will need to blitz the possession. Testing the referee's limits may not be the way to go. So many times teams have simply come short in terms of awareness, keeping a hold of possession in times where they should have simply forced one in and had the whistle called on them as they were making passes. Right now, Transport United may not want that. THIMPHU City the same as well. It is a tight margin they are playing with. Smart from THIMPHU City, playing that ball up deep, but just holding on to possession because they do have the quality to make smart plays with the ball at their feet. But right now, Transport United simply bullying them in terms of possession. Same happening, but THIMPHU do get an outlet. They mess it up. Pratiksha Chowdhury up front. Pooja Rana did well, blocking away Anita Casey, and that will end up with a victory for THIMPHU City. Almost felt like 3 points nearly escaped from their grasses. Transport United came in hot the last 20 minutes of the play, but without converting another opportunity, Transport United will fall short by just one goal. THIMPHU City, all 3 goals in the first 20 minutes. The first from Pemacharan, 3 minutes in. Second from Pichayatira Manawang, the Thai teenager, in midfield, 5 minutes. Lalia Tivo, 35 minutes, all it took her. 18 minutes, all it took her. And Anita and Geeta Rana on the other end, finding responses inside the 70-minute sequence. But with that, the game will end in favor for THIMPHU City, who will get their first win of day 1. Transport United on the other end will continue with their losing streak. Had lost to Paro in their first match and now have lost to THIMPHU City in their second. The player of the match has been awarded to the Thai teenager Pichayatira Manawang for her exceptional performance in the first hour of the match. But with that, much love to all our viewers from Bhutan and from Nepal and the world beyond. So much gratitude from our side for supporting the game here, the domestic game here in Bhutan. But thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys until the next one.